morning, and welcome to another episode of Star Mountain Outdoors and Bushcraft. I'm John, I'll be your host, and today I am hiking on the Duck Lake Trail in the Rio Grande National Forest in Colorado, hiking into the South San Juan Wilderness to do some bushcraft. Some flicker right there. Here's the first little lake that I'll be seeing today. This is Beaver Lake, and it's just across the wilderness boundary, right next to the trail. It's a pretty little spot. Let's go check out the next two. Here's Rock Lake, and there's a nice little family of ducks tooling around the water. It's a pretty spot. Alright, see down there? That's where most people camp, where there's a fire ring, but to me it's surrounded by dead trees, snags, where branches could fall off easily, that sort of thing. I'm deciding that that's probably not where I want to go. And a squirrel decided to join the spot. Oh, now he's stealing the show. Anyway, this is where I decided to camp. I found this rock, and there's a couple of trees right here and right here that I can tie a rope off to, hang a tarp between them. I can build a raised bed there, and I can kind of have a MCQ style bushcraft camp with the rock as my fire reflector, and there's plenty of other rocks and stuff to build a fire ring with there. So this will be my home. Good afternoon. I've got the maiden fire going in my fire pit, and I've started putting together a raised bed. I've got the tarp up, and it's 12:09 p.m. I'm just boiling some water for some, just for some water later, and also to cook up some noodles for lunch. And that's what's happening here. Mid-afternoon, day one. My makeshift shelter is complete. Should keep me warm and dry for the next 2 days. Whew. A lot of work though. I started at 11 and it's 3:30. My last touch was hanging the reflective blanket. One, because the sun shining on the back of this tarp was brutally hot. It's an unbelievably hot day. I think we're having a heat wave or something here. It's probably over 80. It's probably like 85. Anyway, and number two, it'll reflect the fire's heat back towards me in the night. So overall, it's pretty comfy. I don't know how much you can see. I've got my wool blanket. This is what I'll be sleeping in tonight, with a pad and a tarp. If it gets too wet, I'll just use the tarp as a bivy sack, and I should stay nice and dry and comfortable. I've never done the wool blanket thing before. It's a little heavy. It's 4 pounds. It's about the same weight as the tent that I have. So, and it's a 2-person tent. Actually, it probably says it's a 4-person tent, but it only fits 2. Things are looking pretty good. I may even take a nap now. I'll catch you afterwards. Here is my completed camp. Nothing fancy. Just a nice temporary camp for me to stay at a couple nights and be comfortable. And hopefully that wool blanket's warm enough. We'll find out. Okay, I don't know if you can see that dark shadow in the water there. But it's moving. That dark shadow is a trout. And they are massive in this lake. I'm gonna have to remember to bring my fishing gear next time. It's about 7 o'clock now. It gets dark about 7:30. I figured it was time to start cooking dinner. So, I've got some chicken flavored pasta that I'm gonna put some just tuna in. This is the lemon pepper. I thought that might go well together. If it doesn't taste very good, I've got some other spices and stuff I can add. I could just buy the dehydrated meals, but they're expensive and this is more creative, so that's what I'm going to try to do. I've also got a cup of tea brewing, and I just boiled a pot of water. I need to drink a couple cups of tea in order to make room for the pasta. It's okay, it needs a little sweetening up. Maybe I'll put a little of this in it. Now you know why I'm so weird. That should make it a little better. Whew, it's been a hard day, I'm not gonna lie. Hiked 3 miles in. I set up my bushcraft camp, including a raised bed. A lot of work. But it's all done, and it's actually one of the most comfortable raised beds I've ever built, so I'm happy with it. What I did a little differently is I stacked the thickest pieces towards where my head is going to be, and then leveled it out because I'm on a slope here. I had to have my base logs one a little smaller than the other so that it would level out too. And I had to have the fat end of the cross pieces downhill in order to level things up too, but it worked out pretty well. Very comfy. I've already taken a little nap on it a little earlier, and I'm looking forward to a good night's sleep, hopefully. I've never done the wool blanket thing. I've never slept out in the woods with just a wool blanket, so I'm interested to see how this experiment turns out. Again, I will keep you posted. Warming me up in more than one way. Alright, I'll check back with you guys a little later. Take care. Here's all my garbage from tonight's meal. making sure it gets put away properly. And I actually put it in the food bag that gets hung up in the tree. Keep the bears away. Alright, time to try the soup. See what this is like. Tastes like tuna. The fish kind of overwhelms it. I guess I should try doctoring it up a bit. What should I use? I've got cumin, powdered garlic, oregano, basil. There's already lemon pepper in the fish. Oh, garlic, of course. Oh my gosh, that was a lot of garlic. Let's see what that does. Whoops. The bears are going to be able to smell me from a mile away. My breath, that is. That's better. That balances it out. It balances it out a little bit. I think I'll just go with that. Hope you folks are having a good evening. I'll catch you in a few minutes. Alright folks, it's night number 1. Sorry there wasn't a sunset to show you, the clouds were in the way. But it's cooling down now and I think I'm going to turn in for the night. So I hope everybody has a pleasant evening and we'll see you tomorrow. Good morning YouTubers. This is John and I'm now on day 2. Last night's experiment was interesting. The rock fire reflector and the mylar blanket on the back of the tarp worked quite well. And when the fire was going, I stayed warm enough. But when that fire went out, the wool blanket alone wasn't enough to keep me warm. So, it was an interesting night. I basically had to stoke the fire about every 20 minutes. Probably didn't get that much sleep, but it was fun all the same. And I like conducting little experiments like this. This is how you learn. So, yeah, it was a good night overall. And a beautiful morning. Wow. Wait till you see the pictures of the lake. Unbelievable. It's times like that I live for. Just beautiful. I just wish it wasn't so cold. It probably got down into the 30s. I don't think it got to freezing because I don't see any frost around, but it was cold. So basically I slept with long johns and my fleece and this hat and the hood up and with the wool blanket around me by the fire. And at times I was still shivering. I was that cold. So anyway, looking forward to a beautiful day, doing some exploring, showing you another lake, maybe a waterfall. Let's hope so. And just hiking around, having a good time, looking for other places to bushcraft. And yeah, looking forward to another great day. I'll see you later. trail, and I'm almost to Duck Lake, and through the trees right there I can see a fairly large pond. Looks like an interesting place. Looks fairly flat, lots of aspen, lots of dead trees too, but it may be a good place for bushcraft back in there. Maybe I'll check it out on the way back. Okay, here's an unsigned fork in the trail. One side leads to a pond, and I'm assuming, because this has the most footprints, that leads to Duck Lake. And it makes sense from looking at the map too. So that's the way I'm gonna go, but maybe I'll check out that other pond later. Alright, I am sharing with you my first look at Duck Lake. Beautiful. Beavers have been hard at work here. And let's see if I can catch a trout with my bare hands. Hang on. I touched them. There was two. We went back up there. I think I'm done. Slippery suckers. Fall is again starting to show up. Here is that lower pond, and there's fish in there, but they look like suckers. Let me see if I can zoom in on one here. It's hard to tell in my monitor, the sun's on it, but yeah, there he is. And I think that's what I was reaching for earlier too. Oop, there he goes. Cool. There's another one in a little part of the stream coming into the pond. It's pretty good sized. Wild raspberries. Check it out. A little natural bounty, just a small one. But man, these guys are good. There's more if I want to spend the time to pick them, but I'll save some for somebody else. Oh, there's some blueberries too. Don't like those though. Not the wild ones anyway. Alright, little trailside snack. Stinging nettles. Those are edible too, but I don't know how to prepare them. I think you just pick the tops off and boil them, but Never done it. And I don't have my gloves with me. Not gonna happen. I already got stung when I was trying to find that waterfall earlier. I ended up in a patch of nettles. But the pain didn't last long, and I'm back on my way. And I'm having a great adventure. Hey, there's a little gooseberry. I believe those are edible too. You might have to boil them first though, not sure. I think you can make pies and jams and stuff like that out of them. You gotta mix them with sugar, they're probably a bit tart. And then on the other side of the trail, there's common juniper. But the berries aren't ripe yet. I have seen some along the trail that are. And then next, I do believe I saw some rose hips. Sorry, I was just distracted by a chipmunk. There we go. I don't think it's quite ready yet. They're usually more round, and that one looks pretty fresh. A little brush species I don't see that often. Chinkapin, brush chinkapin. And we have some blue spruce. And I'm still by the pond. Too many interesting things here, haven't left yet. This might be a great place for bushcrafting. I'm going to look around for a campsite or something for future reference. Okay, this is the kind of spot I like for bushcrafting. It's mostly a stand of aspen. Not very many beetle-killed spruce in here, which is good. But there are a lot of small dead aspen and down aspen that could be used for building material. And there's flat ground. It's not far from that little pond where there seem to be some good foraging and fishing opportunities. Even though those were sucker fish, heck, if I was trying to live off the land, I'd eat them. So, yeah. Plenty of firewood. Not a bad spot. And I believe the creek is just down there, not too far. So, could get water. Anyway, there you have it. I think I'm going to head back now. Here is the next little pond. Really murky water. I don't see any fish, but I saw a kingfisher fishing here. So there's got to be something. Small fish anyway. And lots of dead trees. I don't think it'd be a good place to camp. Too dangerous. Look at that. Spruce beetles. Hello everyone. It's about 1:30 in the afternoon and I'm back at camp. It's clouding up and there's a thunderstorm rolling in, which is kind of good because it was getting hot. I'm hoping it passes by quickly, cools everything off, and makes for a nice afternoon. We'll see. Talk to you later. Hello everybody. It's now 2:22 and the rain has started to come down. It took a little while for a storm to build. Excuse me. My throat's dry from cutting wood. I think I have enough wood to last the night. I'm hoping. But I managed to collect it all while I was waiting for the storm to develop. So now I'm just sitting it out under the tarp. Guess I'll catch you later. Hello, I'm back. And it's raining again, but I've got a nice fire going. And all the people that were here, and there were a lot, this afternoon because it was a Saturday afternoon. Excuse me, a Sunday afternoon, but it's Labor Day weekend. Anyway, all the people have left and I'm cozy in my shelter. I've got a fire going. Hello again, folks. I'm just taking a little time out from cooking to go down to the lake and enjoy the scenery, because this will be the first evening that I've had this entire Colorado high mountain lake to myself. Check this out. The only other campers that were at the lake last night, and look what they left behind. Cans, a smoking fire. Pretty disappointing. Those of you who left Sunday the 3rd, Labor Day weekend, you know who you are. I caught you. Looks like I'm going to have to do a patrol of the lake and clean up all the trash, because there's another campsite with trash too. It's really a shame that people treat our outdoors in this fashion. And these guys had kids too. What are they teaching the next generation? I hope that our values improve little by little, and that we treat the outdoors in an ethical and proper manner. Here is a view of the lake from the other side. Another decent sized peak in the background, and it's a shame all the trees are dying from the beetle infestation, but other than that, a beautiful, beautiful place, and it's always going to be beautiful, even with the beetles. Alright, I'm walking back around the lake to camp, and I went by that campsite again, which is right behind that little clump of trees behind me, and then there's the lake. I know it's hard work hauling water, and I know it's raining today, so maybe they thought they didn't have to put the fire out, but you know, it's just a little bit of work to put out a fire, to haul your trash out. And how many people did I say were up here? Close to 20? There were 20 people up here fishing this afternoon, including this family, another family, somebody on horseback. And there's another camp over there that, again, has trash. It had trash when I got here. And none of those people, not one, picked up the trash. I thought that people were better educated than that. But apparently I was wrong. So I will make it up for everybody that was here, and tomorrow I'm going to do a trash run. I'm going to go all the way around the lake and pick up every single bit of trash that I find. Every single bit before I go. That'll be my last project for this trip. And I hope people can learn from that and not only not litter, but you know, if they see trash, pick it up. It's not that hard. I mean, this is a wilderness area. This place, it's sacred to me. It's a wilderness. It's like my church. And would people litter in a church? I mean, I don't think they would. Why do they litter in a wilderness area? This is my church. Please, don't litter here. And I'll stop there with my rant, and that's all I'll say. But I hope people can learn from this experience and do the right thing. It's time to settle down for the night. Enjoy camp life. Not bad, it'll do. I'm thinking about trying something new on the channel. I don't know how well this is going to go over. But when I was younger and working in forestry, there's a couple of songs that I came up with just out working in the woods by myself. And I think I'd like to share them with you guys as backpacking songs, or as campfire songs actually. So tonight, once I get a roaring fire going, maybe I'll share one with you. Especially since nobody else is here at the lake to hear it. So anyway, cheers. For dinner, I have a pot of just regular ramen noodles, but I'm gonna add some tuna creations, the Thai chili style noodles. Let's see if that works well together. I'm thinking Oriental. Maybe I'm just dreaming, who knows. Oh my gosh, I can't tell you how much happier I am that there's nobody here at the lake. And yes, I am a recluse. Alright. That's pretty good. Okay, some carbs, some protein, some broth. Lots of salt. Lots of sodium. My little garbage pouch. Everybody should have one. I just keep it right in there with my food. That way all the stinky stuff goes in the food bag, in the bear bag. And the stuff I bring fits in just a sandwich size bag. Okay, let's try this evening's cuisine. That's not bad. A little spicy. I'm liking this. My water got a little cold though. I think I'll heat it back up on the fire. I'll see you guys for campfire song. Let's see if this works. I may choke. There's a pike on that boulder. And there's a squirrel in the tree to the right of me. Whoop, he's coming. Where'd he go? There he is. It's sunset time, and this might be as much of a sunset as we're gonna get tonight, but we'll see. Nothing as pretty as sunrises and sunsets reflecting in the water. Outstanding. Fish jumping. One interesting fact I've noticed about the lakes around here is that the aspens don't meet the water line. And this is due to beavers. I've seen many downed trees fallen by beavers. Around the lakes. And there's been no trees near the water. Now I haven't seen any beavers here because maybe it's too far to go to get to the aspen now. I don't know. It's pretty interesting. There must have been a lot of beavers here at one time to cut down all those aspen trees. Wow. And it's getting better. Yes, I like this. That almost looks like a thunderstorm coming this way and more rain. It's gonna be an interesting night trying to stay warm in this. But I shall persevere. Oh, that's nice and red now. Look at that. It's a good sunset time. I honestly didn't think it was going to be this good. I thought the clouds would block the sunset, but we're actually benefiting from the clouds tonight. Nice. Virga in the distance, or flat out rain. Like the sunset, beautiful. Ooh, that was a big one. Sorry I didn't bring my fishing rod now. But I'm glad I came here. I've been wanting to come here for a long time. Watching sunsets. Alright, it's starting to get dark now, so here goes nothing. These mountains are my home, they give me room to roam. These mountains are so high, they almost touch the sky. These mountains take me higher, they leave me inspired. And these mountains rise to divide the great plains from the desert side. These mountains are alive with trees and wildlife. These mountains take me higher, they leave me uninspired. So welcome to my mountains, welcome to my dreams, and welcome to the most beautiful places that I've ever seen. And of all the natural beauty of this land, I'm here to tell you right now, the best is in the palm of my hands. So welcome to my mountains, and welcome to my dreams. Thank you. Putting out the campfire. It's going to take another couple loads. Good on my work. I'm picking up trash. Out of these campsites. Look at these. Here is the other campsite. I go all the way across the lake from here. My work is done. This is John with Star Mountain Outdoors and Bushcraft, signing off. Have a good one.